And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is a Saturday afternoon. It is absolutely sweltering hot here in Johannesburg. And in terms of the heat, we're about to see a game with all of that and more. Because the Lions versus Bulls will be kicking off in just over 10 minutes' time down the road at Emirates Airline Park. And as you can see from the players in the warm-up, it's swelteringly hot over there, and I think we're gonna have a really good game, and I'm really excited to see what this sort of game throws at us. Obviously the Bulls going in as favorites, as they have earned the right to be, but this Lions side at home are not a side that you want to write off. As a Lions fan, I'm been very impressed with what I've seen so far this season, and I think that they very much are proving a lot of people wrong and showing you what you can achieve with very minimal resources, but a very good culture within the side and the franchise itself, because I think that that's kind of been the entire thing, hasn't it? Really, it's been about no, not Cameron busy doing his own thing over here. It's been about using the resources they have and making it work really, and they've done it really well so far this season. And whereas somebody like for example the Sharks, for example, I think have done it really poorly. So it's an interesting difference in how some franchises are getting things very right and some are getting them very wrong. I think the Lions are getting it very right, whereas I think the likes of the Sharks are getting it very wrong. But anyway, so today's game is the URC derby, and I tell you what, the URC derbies of the last few years have been incredibly entertaining. They really have. They've been, I mean, at one stage the Lions went on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak. Since then the Bulls have kind of dominated the last couple of if you look back at about a month ago almost, during that month and a bit, during that the reverse fixture over at Loftus, the Lions came up just short because Jordan Hendricks, well, not because Jordan Hendricks, but Jordan Hendricks did miss a late penalty, which would have won them the game actually, and deservedly so, if you ask me. So I think this game, I wouldn't say it could go either way. I think it can go either way. Obviously, the Bulls are the favorites, but I think the Lions can sort of stay in for as long as possible. Then I think that we can. I think we can get over the line. The longer we stay in the game, the more I think we can give this Bulls a bit of a shock and give it a bit of a let go. So yeah, it's been a interesting season so far. But we're gonna go through some of the teams. A very strange notification sound. And yeah, get your predictions in. That's what I want to know for you. I want you guys to start getting your score predictions down in those comments below. Let me know who you're backing, who you think's going to win, and where you're watching from as well. What's the chat? Any cool stories? Anybody watching from cool game? Any cool places? Are we around the world? Are we most South Africa? Where are you guys all watching from? I want to know down in the comments below. So do let me know that as well. And yeah, we'll get your score predictions down in the comments. To answer your question, Carmen, yes, I will be doing the Sharks versus Stormers game after this game. So you'll be with me for the next 2 weeks, 2 games, next few hours. And hopefully you can watch some really cool ruggers. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting week in terms of the Origins week in the URC. So if you see players wearing their different colored socks, stuff like that, they are wearing their school socks. The South African teams overseas, they're wearing sort of their club socks. And so, for example, the presenters are wearing their first team jerseys, for example. I didn't even think about that. Maybe I probably don't actually have a rugby jersey to go out and wear, because I stopped playing rugby when I was in high school. Played a bit of varsity, never played for the varsities. I actually don't know what I'd actually probably wear if I were to sort of wear an Origins type of jersey and get on there in the hype. So probably wear something from Rose, to be fair. Right, so just sorting a few things out. And teams, go through the teams, can we? But there's some Hindu. I think it's my Hindu. It was a cherry. Yeah, so busy interviewing Ivan from Norway. Let's go to the team, shall we? And tell you what, it's a very strong bull side. The Lions side is pretty standard. And I think, to be fair, I think the Lions side is a good side, but you can also sort of understand where the Lions' shortcomings come in terms of the depth that they have, or the lack of depth. So let's have a look at the team, shall we? We'll start with the home side. So in the front row for the Lions, it is JP Smith next to Jakob Asaki and Asnate in Klabakanye, the ambulance, as some people call him. In the second row, a very talented lock, Etienne Oosthuizen, gets his opportunity. He had a couple of nice sort of cameos for the Challenge Cup, and he will now get an opportunity to start for his first game today. The very experienced player, Etienne Oosthuizen, 31 years of age. So, I think a player that maybe hasn't always sort of realized his potential, but he's got a lot of experience around the place. Played a bit for the Brumbies back in the day, was at the Sharks, on the Sharks books for many years, and he's been overseas playing in France. So he's been a bit of a journeyman, but interested to see how he goes today. He's next to Rand Northmarkel, who's a bit younger. You then got Henry Sergel, Ruan Fent, and Frank Horn in that back row. Morne van den Berg partnering Sanela Nahamba, Edo van der Merwe, Richard Kriel, the two wigs. In the midfield, the very much informed Marius Lowe next to the exciting Henkel van Beek and Kuhn Horn at full back. The subs are PJ Buerta, Morgan Nodia, Conrad van Buren, Darren Lane Landsberg, Aslan Esterhazen, very nice player there. Jason Pretorius is starting to look more accustomed and comfortable at this level. And then Jordan Henderson and Eric Cornier. If we look at the Bulls side in the front top row, it is the very experience between them. We're playing with each other. Gerard Stennekamp, Jan Kobler, and Morne Smith. Ronald Ludwig, the exciting youngster, next to his captain for the day, Ruan Nokia. Marco Verstappen, Albert Lowe, Cameron Harnicom, the back row. Imbro Sapir, Pone, Jakob van der Walt, who comes back to Emirates Airline Park wearing blue. This time, the two wings, Kane Moody, Kurt Lawrence, two Springbok World Cup winners, are back in the mix. David Curl next to Stefan Gans in the midfield. Devin Williams, who has signed a permanent contract with the Bulls at full back. Then off the bench, it is Ak van der Merwe, Sapir Matanzima, Francois Klopper, Janko Swanepoel, Marcel Kunsier, Keegan Johannes, Johan Goosen, and Silam Pilo, or as many people know, Mpilo Gamedi, who is just... playing silly good rugby at the moment. So hopefully he decides to have a bit more of a quiet game, because I'll tell you what, I've been saying that he could potentially be on flipping Springbok radar with the way he's been playing recently. Which I'm glad for him, because I think he's had a frustrating career. So I think he's always got the talent. And just hasn't maybe always been able to express, or been given the backing to express it as much as he probably could. But if he could just not do it today, that would be very preferential. Apparently 20,000 tickets have actually been sold. As usual, they'll all be on the West Bank, so you actually won't be able to see majority of the fans. But apparently a reasonable crowd expected over there at Emirates Airline Park. And then it's Sharks Fest this evening, whatever if that means. Stormers will be traveling over there and looking to try and ruin Sharks Fest, inverted commas. But I reckon there'll be a decent amount of tickets sold. I think it's been quite a while, obviously, since we've had some rugger. I think people will be eager to get back into the stadiums and watch some footy, as the Australian commentators always say. Oh, that's so nice and cold. Byron van der Bank saying, give it Horns, Bulls from Pretoria, going Bulls by 6. Zayna Yako's going Bulls. See, myself and RPG were together on our Lions trend, so back in the buggers to get the job done. And hopefully, we're right. Bapela saying, Lions testing from Emirates Stadium. Well, there we go. You can give us a shout. Bapela, tell us, what's the stadium like? How many fans are in there? We're looking at a decent crowd. And conditions, I reckon, are going to be absolutely sublime. Going to be hot, very hot. I think there'll probably be water breaks. Because I think it will be it is plus 30 degrees at the moment over here in Johannesburg. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see water breaks. 30 degrees. But both these teams do train, live, and play their rugby in the high fault. So they'll both be quite used to it, if nothing else. And we've got about 2 minutes until kickoff. So last opportunity to get some of your score predictions in and stuff like that before we do go live with the game. And again, we'll be live for this game as well as Sharks versus Stormers And so it's a good Sharks side being named. Yeah, I know even it's a bit, but apart from that, still lots of good players being named. All that box, most of the box are playing. Mongi Manambi making a return from injury, which is good to see, as well as Vincent Tuka. Speaking of former Lions players, he's also back in the mix this afternoon. Very interesting poll, by the way. We've got 43% reckoning the Lions. Sorry, who are you supporting? 43% of people are supporting the Lions. The referee in the middle today will be AJ Jacob, 38-year-old from Kimberley. He's been a refereeing it for almost 10 years. He'll be assisted by Griffin Colby, Dylan November, and Marius van der Westhuizen. One of the most experienced TMOs out there will be the man in the box this afternoon. Look at that. Oh, it's looking. I'll tell you what, that West Bank's looking pretty full actually. A lot of people on the upper tier there, on the lower tier. Remembering it is supposed to 70,000 seater stadium, so you put 20,000 people in there, and it's less than a third full. So that's why it never looks particularly full, because I mean, yeah, the amount of people in this over here would probably fill most stadiums. I mean, you've got, that probably is maybe not 20 at the moment, but that's more than 10,000 in there, which is not a bad number, you know. And Zeno Jacobs reckons the Bulls win today. I would say no matter if you're local, it's very hot in the sun. Yeah, no, listen, you don't have to tell me, mate. I've got 50 euros on the cricket field tomorrow, and as someone who's born and bred in Joburg and spent a lot of my life on a cricket field, it's still as hot as it was the first time. But, so yeah, we'll see how they'll cope. And then Carmen's saying Bulls will win today. I mean, I hope not. This is my honest answer. I hope to see the Bulls get just have one off game. Well, they're not even an off game, actually. I don't even think they need to have an off game. You look at the amount of points of differences. The Lions have got 5 players, by the way, in that URC top 100 in terms of actually your form players. That is Franco Horn, Edel van der Merwe, Henk van Veek, Richard Creel, and Quinn Horn. So some good players, as well as Jason Pretorius coming off the bench. And he's also currently within that sort of top URC top 100. I think so. At one stage, Stephen Kitsov was actually number 1 at the stage. The Bulls, however, they've got 6 players in that top 100. Jan Klobbelaar, Cameron Honeycomb, Kurt Lawrence, Steven Gans, Kane Moody, and Devin Williams. So those are kind of looking at your big players to watch. Right, here they come. The Bulls obviously first playing in blue. The Lions will be playing in their characteristic red. By the way, if anybody's seen the Lions EPCR jersey, that's the one I want. They were said they were supposed to be arriving. I don't think it has arrived yet, but that is a very, very nice jersey, and I might have to get one. I keep waiting for Lions to send me one. I mean, I just, what more do I have to do as, the #1 fan, the South Point #1 fan in the franchise? I just want a jersey, guys. I just want a little macron, the EPCR jersey. It's a proper, that white one with like the arrow almost, or the stripes. It's flipping cool. There we go. But today we're in our standard plain red. Come on, the lads. Come on, the lads. Yeah, nobody to roost. So as you'll see across some of the teams, especially for the Stormers, for example, some Springboks have to be rested as part of the protocols with the national side, that they have to rotate and allow them time off. So that's why, for example, there's no Mike Liebach later, there's no Damien Willemsen later. Nidhi Bashir, who has been injured, is actually, I think, being rested. I think he's actually almost back and fit. So that's why no Vili LaRue, for example. So you'll probably see a Vili LaRue because he played in that one game where Kurt Lawrence and Kenny Moody didn't. So it's kind of sort of switching it up, really, and giving the different players different rests at different times. So as opposed to just, letting everybody rest at the same time, which is pretty counterproductive. And it's something that everybody has to sort of deal with, really, all these sort of franchises and teams. But the teams are out. The Bulls will be playing left to right. It looks like they'll be receiving kickoff. Lions will be playing right to left. And we'll have kickoff. It looks like a decent crowd in there. We have been saying as a team, we actually get down to Ellis Park. I haven't been there since after COVID, actually. I've been many years, in fact, since I've been to the park. Obviously, went to varsity down in Grahamstown, so it wasn't exactly I could pop over there too often, but used to be season ticket holders back in the day for the park, the pack. Right, down the middle of the field they go, and it's a quick chase there from Morton Berg, who's actually almost taken out. And gets an early penalty, and the Lions can take the lead. Come on, the lads. Come on, the buggers. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Morley Vandenberg was all over that. You can see he was head down. I think we'll just take a quick 3 points and say thank you very much, and we'll see you kickoff. Should actually be brave and just take a scrum. So, ironically, if you look at some of the stats, expect this to be a very physical clash, by the way, because the Lions got one of the highest collision rates. As do the Bulls, and the Lions have got the best scrum in the URC, and the Bulls I think are about 4th. So expect that scrum battle to be really good, and expect there to be some really big clashes. So isn't that exciting as a rugby fan? We're going to see some big hits with the big boys, and there are some big boys. I mean, we were at Fenta versus like Mpilu Gamedi. Imagine that sort of collision. Us Nats and Clavacania just steamrolling, you know, a Morne Smith, for example. The prospects here are going to be salivating. But more to the point is that Tanet Nahamba, my boy, is about to get the scoring underway. As he does. Thank you very much. 3 points, and the Lions take an early lead in just the second minute. Hopefully, this is the first, but not the last time we do lead in the game. But we'll take that. We'll take that. Nice early start there. Get some points on the board. Right, Jakob van der Walt, former Lions fly half, goes down, also down in the middle of the park, but he goes, in fact, it's more towards the left. And Franco Horn is there. Nice carry from Franco Horn. Eventually brought down, but getting away from Ruan Okia as well as David Creel. David Creel playing against his brother today. Out on the wing, though, so I don't think we'll see them too many times sort of at each other, but still had a nice interview over the week. A couple of Lions and Bulls players getting to know each other there, and it's a nice little clearance. Nice exit, boys. You're the lads. You're the lads. Decent throw there. Was a little bit towards the Lions side. It's actually a knock on. Yeah, I was about to say. So, yeah, knock on there from the Lions. So it'll be a first scrum for the Lions. So a couple of mistakes here for the Bulls. We'll take that as the Lions. Got to capitalize on this. Get a scrum, get a penalty, get down to the corner, score a try. You know, start putting it to the sword. And you can see there, everyone, okay, as he brings the ball down, just no one there to receive it, really. And the ball coming loose. So first scrum of the day. This should be a very interesting clash. Julian Redley for me is the standout scrum coach in the competition, and the reason I say that is because the Lions is the standout scrum in the competition, and yet you go and look at the Lions and there's not a single cap player in that front row across any of the front rows. You've got Asnat and Clavacania, who's a buck to be. You've got JP Smith, who's a bit of a journeyman. You've got Ruan Smith, who's a bit of a journeyman, and they've kind of played Australia, America. You've got a Ruan Dre, I suppose, who was internationally capped at the stage, but he's barely played. Jakob Asaki's kind of a bit of a Bulls, I wouldn't say reject, but didn't really make it the Bulls. A PJ Burt, who's come through the Lions system. So no superstars in this front row. Even in the lock department, there hasn't been a lot of Willem Albert so far this season, and yet this Lions front row continues to put other teams under so much pressure. Looks like a pretty good hit as well. Morning van den Berg does feed. They're working hard to try and get a bit of ascendancy. It's not a bad scrum, pretty solid. Nahamba goes down the left-hand side with the boot, seeing a bit of space. He does find touch, decent touch finder as well. I think searching for that 50-22, he's about 10 meters short of it, but you can see the intent there. Either way, it's not a bad outcome. So the Lions have pushed the Bulls back just outside the Bulls 22. So playing a bit of a territory game. He's much better line of that. Conor Hardcombe on a half gap, but tackled by Asnati Clavacania, but a penalty for the Lions. And I think it's for offside, by the way. So that's right in front of the poles again. Yeah, you can see. And it's something I'm very glad that the referees are starting to get onto, because this is becoming quite a thing quite often, where players are receiving that ball within 10 meters of the scrum. And by the time they're getting that ball, they're basically flat to the line out. The Lions defense has to be 10 meters back because the line out's not over. And it's almost a guaranteed ground game. So referees are not getting a bit more strict about the fact that he has to receive that ball, within that 10 meters, so that you can't just sort of get that guaranteed 10 meters all the time. So glad that's been called out there. Snell and Humber is lining this up. A bit more difficult towards the left-hand side, but you do expect him to be able to slot this. And he's turned, and he's happy with it. No, he's missed it. How have you missed it? Mate. 6-0 within 10 minutes would have been perfect. Can't be missing that. Cannot be missing that. That's frustrating. That's ruined my day. Bit dramatic, but imagine being 6-0 up against the Bulls within 6 minutes. Would have been nice, and it should have been. It was a gift from the Bulls, really, because it's a silly penalty to concede, and you've really got to make those things count if you want to try and take this game. Jacob van der Walt, though, goes along to, that's Ruan Venter. He's going to run up a bit of steam here. Who's going to steamroll here? Who he wants to run into? Bang! And it's been ripped in the tackle by Cameron Harnicombe, so that's actually done really well. Gone straight for the ball instead of the player. Intelligent play for number 8. Now, turnover boy, Creel goes out to Jacob van der Walt. Jacob van der Walt looking to straighten, bringing Steeman Gans. Falls just in front of Jacob Asaki. Looking at the tempo here of the Bulls. Malcolm Starr wants to go himself. He runs into Asinate Klavikanya, probably one of the few players who's not going to take a backward step if Malcolm Starr runs into him. Albert Lowe, it's a solid tackle, though, from Jacob Asaki. Really enjoyed the physicality the Lions started to bring in the last few games. Bulls now behind the advanced line with a good handling. Steeman Gans, it's a iffy ball and turnover ball now. Edel van der Merwe is hammered by Cameron Harnicombe. And they'll go back for the knock on there. So it'll be a Lions scrum. The knock on there coming from Kane and Moody. Steeman Gans actually, and Kane and Moody's sort of being tackled as the ball comes. Not the best pass for Steeman Gans. Probably should have just held on to it. But Cameron Harnicombe started pretty well so far. Yeah, very intelligent. You can see, Ruan Venter, he looks for contact. And why wouldn't you when you're that kind of ball carrier? So Cameron Harnicombe, although having said that, after all that, it looks like he's getting a bit of treatment here. So he's got a bit of a gash behind his ear, I think, on the side of his head. I think the 6 back row is on display. Maybe Hardy Surge or still probably somebody a bit newer to the scene and sort of still earning his stripes. But Ruan Venter, Franco Horn, and the Bulls back row are all players who I think are all busy pushing for higher honors. I don't think anybody would blink if Cameron Harnicombe was in the box squad. I don't think anybody would blink if Franco Horn was in the box squad or if Ruan Venter was in the box squad. So I think they're all potentially international quality. Bulls playing a second string team. How are they playing a second string team? Who is in this 23? Who's not in this 23 that will be in their best 23 besides Willie Leroux? And Lowe, who's injured at the moment. That's literally it. So Wilco, Lowe, Willie Leroux. Who else would go into the 23? It's their best center combination. It's their 2 best wings. Jan Goossens on the bench and Jacob van der Walt starting. And Bruce appears their best 9. Devin Williams would be on the bench anyway, even if Billy was starting. Malcolm Verstappen and Albert Lowe, Cameron Harnicombe. Doesn't exactly come across as a second string, back row. Reynald Ludwig, Ruan Lokier. So maybe Ruan van Mark comes in at 4. Geo Stennekamp, Jan Krobler, Mornay Smith with the replacements of Superior Matanzima, Jacob van der Merwe. No, man, second string side. Are you mad? Try and name me 5 players that you'd add to the 23. Big scrum from the Bulls. The Lions do manage to get it out. Kuan Horn comes away with it at first receiver. Paul available from Morley Vandenberg. Rad North Narkel. Nice carry from him. Tackle completed there by Jan Krobler. Morley Vandenberg goes up in the air, and Ed van der Merwe is up there. He's got a bit too early. I think Ambrose Pierce come down with it, pops it up, but it's been knocked backwards by Franco Horn, but back into the hands of Jan Krobler. So Bulls with the ball inside their own half. Ambrose Pierce looking for options, but Jack van der Walt not too much on. Just decides to go to the boot. Not too many chases either. So Kuan will have a bit of time over here. Goes, looks at, he's got Hammer, but he wants to chip and chase himself. Puts in a bit of space. It's actually a very intelligent kick. Jakob van der Walt gives it away to Devin Williams. Devin Williams sees a bit of space, goes to the left boot. He's hit that pretty long as Devin Williams. That ball needs to hit something. No, it's going to go far too far. It's going to be a scrum all the way back by the 22. So that's worked out really, really well for the Lions. Bit of a mistake there from Devin Williams, who I'm really glad has actually signed a permanent contract. I think he's a tremendous player. He's been so good for the Pumas the last few years. Been brilliant for the Bulls so far this season. So he's really deserved this. Good work there from the Lions to put the pressure on him so that he did have to go to the boot there. You see, you can't name me 5 players. So now you're going back to Super Rugby titles, changing the subject. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Right, so Lions scrummed just outside the 22. Graham saying, I'm watching from Florida, US. I miss going to rugby games. Yeah, look, I haven't been to one since the World Cup, which I know is a bit of a it is a bit of a flex, but I'd actually like to go to some more. Got a very exciting announcement on Monday, by the way. We're going to have some Monday night rugby. So props to you if you can guess what that's going to be. Any guesses? Wayne van den Berg starts to go on the left-hand side, pops it to Snenda Humber, pops it up to Maurice Lowe, left it behind. It's been kicked through by Devin Williams. Now Humber's going to have to go back and fetch. In fact, Morne van den Berg goes back and fetch all the way back towards the halfway line. Good pressure there, but the Lions doing well to scramble back and still keep possession. So back on the halfway line. Nahamba goes to Ruan Fenton. Ruan Fenton needs to get back on the front foot. He's met by 2 Bulls defenders. Now goes to Nahamba. Nahamba, not too many options. He goes to the boot. That's gone basically nowhere, about 10 meters forward. Will be contestable. Richard Creel manages to knock it back. It goes to Kirkley Orenser. Kirkley Orenser brings it back inside Steban Gans. Big tackle from Steban Gans though. Turnover ball with the Bulls now, just inside their own half on the far left-hand side. Goes towards Ruan Nokia. I think that's his first carry of the day. Nice tackle from Etienne Oosthuizen. Now Ambrose Pierre asks for a couple of blockers. He's going to go down to the boot. He's got Morne Smith adding a bit of protection there. And the hammer's going to be underneath this. And Malcolm Lowe gets ahead of him and takes it brilliantly. It's really poor work from the Lions to not give the hammer that bit of a protection. And Jan Krobela comes away with it, but he's left the ball behind. And Bruce Pierre now pops to Cameron Harnicle, offloads to Jakob van der Walt, puts the kick in behind. And Kieran Horns is going to let that run in. Yeah, probably the right idea. Not particularly happy as Jakob van der Walt. I think he feels he would like a bit more go-forward ball. So I think he'll have a bit of words with his forwards. Right, I think it's actually the first Lions line out, which always makes you panic a little bit because Lions don't do line outs. And it's been stolen. What did I say? What did I say? I don't understand what do we have to do? It's a nice big tackle. What we have to do to be able to flip and learn how to actually have a functioning line out. It's so bad. And it's been bad for years. And now the Bulls on the front foot inside the 22. So now we're in a lot of pressure simply because we can't win a line out. You have to put Darren Landsberg on just because he's the only one that seems to be able to operate a line out. You need Frank Master back in this team. Anyway, Bulls on the front foot. Gerard Stielerkamp. Good tackle there from Asnati and Klaver Kanye. Jakob van der Walt gives Steven Gans on the angle. Morne van den Berg trying to get over that ball. I think Morne van den Berg's actually stolen it. He's won the penalty. Morne van den Berg, a little biscuit. Yeah, a little biscuit. So small, straight over the top there. Nice and quick. Steven Gans slightly isolated, and that's all the time he needed. Oh, read the comment in the comments saying, Captain, what is the score prediction? Or they say Lions by how much? I'll take Lions by a half a point at this stage. Generally, I think Lions could take us by 3. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Joseph. It is dreadful. I just don't understand how you can have such a good scrum and it's only matched by how bad a line-out we have. So, scrum penalty, kick for the touch, lose the ball. It's just, don't understand. Even there, penalty now, kick to the 10-meter line. This is basically a Bulls line-out. The fact that a Scottish international, Jakob van der Walt, is playing for the Bulls shows what a second try the Bulls have become. Oh, goodness me. Terrible miscommunication. We've managed to, hold on to it. I don't know how, but Oh, it's bad. Oh, that line is so bad. Morning van den Berg, change of angle there. Kieran Horn lifts it high. Edel van der Merwe is going to have to give chase here. It's quite good in the air, Edel van der Merwe. He's got Caden Moody to contest, but Canadian Moody manages to get it back towards Cameron Harnicorn. He finds a bit of space. Oh, that's a tackle from Morning van den Berg there, and a knock-on from him. He's having a storm of a game here, as Morning van den Berg. Now seeing a bit of space. He's put it on the left boot there. I think he's kicked that into touch, but there was a knock-on advantage, so I think we'll have to go back for the scrum, thankfully. But what a tackle that is on Cameron Harnicorn. He looked like he was going to go on one of his typical runs. And out of nowhere, bang, just takes the arm as well. Right, so scrum for Lions, we'll take that. This is our usually our point of difference. So there was a pretty good scrum for the Bulls earlier. Now, there's all talks about all the, the origins round. There's supposed to be all the various socks and stuff like that, and it's not really happening. I'm a bit confused to why it hasn't happened. Come on, boys. Big scrum, you lads. Big scrum. Coming out tonight. I need to start working over Gerard. Yeah, much better. Much better. Nice and solid. Right, Nahamba. Chips to the right-hand side towards Richard Creel. Richard Creel managed to get inside, but can't stay inside. Slightly overcooked by Nahamba. Richard Creel took it well. Just didn't quite have the balance to be able to throw it back inside, which would have been nice. You can just see it's just... And you can just see you can't stay in. He's got a good skill set though, does Richard Creel. So it's nice. It's a nice option because he's one of those players. Even if he had one or two more steps, he probably would have been able to get that ball back inside. Much better line of that from the Bulls. Ronald Kerr managed this time to get the ball down. Looking for the rolling more. You're looking to peel down the right-hand side. Once is the call. They're going to have to use it here, are the Bulls. As Robespierre goes to the boot. Richard Creel trying to add his height there. And it falls back to Hanu Sergil, who pops it to... Oh, look at that pass from Smith. And Kieran Horn's found a bit... Oh, I tell you what, that's really, really good work from that Devin Williams or Caden Moody. I think it's Devin Williams. He's caught that on the turn brilliantly. Because if you'd gotten that wrong, that was 50-22 written all over it. So that's a brilliant take from Devin Williams. And now try and find touch. Limited angle, so he actually won't find touch. He goes down the throat to Snare in the Humber. He points to Kieran Horn saying he wants to go to the boot. And Kieran Horn will give chase. And Williams, well timed apparently. And look, he's got to hold him up here are the Lions. And turnover ball. Oh, scrum. There. Yeah, because it's from a kick, that will be a Bulls ball and put it feed to the scrum. But we'll take a scrum though. Good work from the Lions to be able to hold him up. In hindsight, I should have tried to sort of drive him out. But we'll take what we can get, and we'll take what we can get. Thanks, Lions playing really well at the moment. Well, long may it last. The win prediction at the moment is Lions 66%. Lord, imagine. Imagine. What it would do for Lions to win today. Oh, Jeepers puts us into that top 8. So it's actually a good thing for South Africa Rugby if we were to win today, because the Sharks aren't making the Champions Cup next season. So imagine the Lions could. It'd be nice. First, I think it's their first Bulls scrum actually, and they've kind of, I think it's gonna be a reset. It'd be difficult to really say who had ascendancy. Bulls took a couple steps forward, then started popping up. So this scrum battle is gonna be a very interesting one, I think. Difficult to say who's really got any sort of dominance at the moment. There hasn't been one clear scrum, which has been one-sided. Graham says, looks like a half-decent crowd. How is everyone enjoying the summer rugby? Well, to be fair, somebody who said it, somebody on Twitter, I think I was just checking earlier, saying that like every SA derby is now bringing in like a crowd of 20,000. I mean, that's fantastic. And it does look like a decent crowd in. So hopefully, it's just if you could just put a stadium in Midrand. I still maintain that's the right place for a stadium. It is a bit close to Lops, I suppose, but you put a stadium in Midrand, the by the highway, you can access the East Rand, you can access the West Rand, as well as having the Midrand area and sort of the northern suburbs. And I think you'd pack 15 to 20,000 people into that stadium every single week for Lions games. I genuinely think you could. If it's a nice stadium, a nice experience, reasonable beer, people want to watch rugby, but people don't want to go to the middle of Johannesburg to have to do it. Penalty advantage here for the Bulls. Wasn't much in it though. Embrace Pierre comes down the left-hand side. He's got a lot of pace. Inside ball to Kane and Moody. Henkoff and Vake has managed to get him over, but he's just gone over. Damn it, man. It was so easy. Far too easy. Embrace Pierre at the heart of it as always. Nice ankle tap, but no support. And the Bulls get the first blooming try against the run of play. That's so annoying. That's really, really annoying. And Jakob on the vault. Looking good. Now to slide towards the left. Right, so it'll remain a 2-point game where actually the Lions should still be leading. And but not to be, because you missed that 3-pointer. And I mentioned the fact that there might be a water break, and that's exactly what there is at the moment, given with that heat. Right, there we go. We have the restart check. Kieran Horn with ball in hand. He is the one that always takes the restarts. Still want to know what happened to the whole socks idea. It's supposed to be every week talked about the fact that it's going to be the Origins round and stuff. So why aren't the buggers playing in their school socks? You were robbed. Well, I tell you what, he was almost charged down there, wasn't Boris Papier? It's another really good chase there from Morne Vandenberg. Yeah, look at them. We're looking at the West Bank here now, and it's looking like it's a very good crowd. We've got the Greejo going even. When was the last? Actually, I don't know if this actually might be the first time ever we've actually got a Greejo going in Emirates Airline Park. Looks like a pretty decent size bunch of lads as well. Come on, the lads. Love your work. Right, let's go to some of the comments over here. And Danny's saying, look forward to the Ireland series in July. 2 of the best teams alongside New Zealand. And David saying, fellow refugees live in the UK with URC, European Premiership Rugby, spread across so many paid channels here. What is the best way to watch rugby on TV? I find it very frustrating. Danny reckons the Lions will strike back. And Jeff saying, go my Stormers shirt on, but supporting Bulls for this one. Go answer Moody, go Boca. Graham saying, He's got 3 subscribers to watch all the ruggers. Yeah, well, this is the problem, I suppose. You don't have your one-stop shop for to watch your ruggers. Morris Lowe, he's done that. That was sort of like what he used to do almost every single time when he first began. He lost the ball in contact, and this season he was so good at not doing that, and he's just done that again. Big sigh, big sigh, big sigh, big sigh. Right, so scrum now for the Bulls. Last time they had a scrum, they did win a penalty off it. So opportunity apparently for the Bulls. I think the Lions need to, I reckon they can sort their scrum out here. That's much more solid. Going on the left-hand side, Jacob van der Walt goes to Devin Williams, who puts in a low kick towards Kieran Horn. Now to Edwin van der Merwe. Sees a bit of space. Edwin van der Merwe. You can see the space opening up for him. He has slipped slightly. So he gets back up and is fighting now to get down to ground. Right, now Jakob Asaki. Lions looking to keep it a bit tighter. Haven't really kept ball in hand so far, have the Lions. Haven't really looked to run too much. Still playing a bit more sort of a territory game, which is very interesting because they don't generally do that. Once again, they've gone to the boot there. It's come off of Franco Horn. And it's a penalty for the Lions. For offside, that's really frustrating because now the ball's just kicked towards the corner. It's an interesting tactic. The fact that we just haven't kept taking the scrum yard of the Bulls. That's an interesting decision to take. I'm not sure it's the right one, although they haven't lost a scrum. Neither side have actually lost a scrum so far, but interesting in that position, just inside the 22. For me, why wouldn't you go for the corner here? That, for me, would make the most sense. I think he kicked it dead, actually. Sorry, I completely missed that. That's in the broadcast. It was actually a Lion scrum, so that's why. He's trying to work out what's going on here. Now, Nahamba sends it down the left-hand side, and Kenny Moody's let this bounce. He's made a bit of a hash of this. He eventually manages to regather and send it back downfield to Nahamba, who's caught it on the run. Fires it out to Kieran Horn. I reckon we're going to see a bit of a chip and chase here. Yeah, runs a bit of support. Not a bad option there from Kieran Horn. Now, Nahamba's ball, I think it's come forward. Caught in 2 minds there, it's Nahamba. Having a bit of a cuddle with Ulrich Lowe, apparently. And I'm not sure it's the right option there. I'm not sure this water bottle's going to get me through the half. I'm flipping sweltering over here. We've got back-to-back watch-alongs, so it's going to be a long day in the office. My fan over here needs to start operating because it's been on and off the entire day. Not quite happening at the moment for the Lions. It'll start to click. Not being outplayed at the moment. Very much still in the game. We enter the last sort of 50 minutes of the first half. Right, ball scrum. It's gone down. We have a reset. Kaisam Stormers watching the Surfers Marathon on the East Coast. And Graham saying, wearing my 2018 Lions jersey, signed by that team. You guys remember that team? Oh, dude, what a team it was. I think 2018 was within the one where Yaka Creel was the captain for that season. Because it was, what, 16, 17, 18... Warren Whiteley, Yaka Creel, I think, was the captain for that season. Alton Yankees pulling the strings. Franco Mostert, Malcolm Marks. That would have been the Rowan Jens van Rensburg season, if I'm not mistaken, playing inside of... Who was playing outside? Was it still Lionel? No, he was playing outside at the time. What about Andrews Coetzee at full back still? I think Dylan Smith was still playing at prop. Penalty advantage at scrum time there. I think it's against JP Smith down on the right hand side. Jacob van der Walt. Jacob van der Walt with the pace. Ball back inside, is left behind. Penalty advantage as well is over. So yeah, now Franco Horn's running it back. So okay from him. Good scramble defense that was from the Lions. Now goes all the way back to the Humber. Throws the dummy from Marcus Starling. Gets away from Jan Krobelo as well. Actually doesn't quite, but he gets the ball back to around North Narkle. Lions back inside their own half. Needs some support. Needs to get out of this, yeah. Now, JP Smith, who I think was the one who actually initially conceded the penalty advantage. Malcolm Starden trying to get over that ball, but missing it. Now, Morty Vandenberg goes to the air. And that's going to be out in the full. That's really, really, really poor for Morty Vandenberg. Needs to relieve the pressure and instead invite the pressure back onto ourselves. Look at the pace, though, from Jacob van der Walt. And that ball back inside, just not quite going to hand to Kanan Moody. And instead, it's a spool line just outside the 22, because it was going to the full, but it's gone over the top, and Jakob Asaka is going to get back onto it. And he easily takes it in a good hit. Yeah, oh, that's hands on the right. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, Kanan, come on, Kanan. Don't ask why. You know why. You know why. You can't go put your hands down there. You're from the side as well. From the side there. And you're playing the ball on the ground. That's an easy penalty to give. Come on, mate. Luke saying, Steve, do you see Moody's captain of the Springboks? I don't think so. I don't think he's really the captain type. I think he's very quiet and reserved. I think he's more one of those guys that likes to operate in his own sort of world. I think... And that doesn't mean I don't rate him. I think he's a bit too quiet to be captain. Also, the current squad, for example, very much like somebody who's close to the scrum to be captain. So that's why they like forwards or a push, a fly hop, and they generally like it to be a forward. The JP buggers are in there. This is a proper crowd. This is a proper crowd. Nice thing as well, it doesn't look like there's that many Bull supporters, which makes a nice chat. A lot of school kids in there. That's good to see. Looks like a lot of bus. Yeah, I tell you what, it's been a while since I've seen Emirates Airline Park this full for a Lions game, and so it should be, really. Right, so a bit of a break and play here. Now we resume with a penalty for the Lions. The turf being cut up a bit, which is a bit strange to see. Visuals from the Bulls coaching box. Jake White in his shorts. Ivan van Rooyen is such a nervous watcher. He reminds me a little bit of Don Dobson. He's very rarely ever sitting down. Right, Humber needs to find a good touch finder here. That is a good touch finder, just outside 22. Now, oh, here we go. So Albert Lowe has left the park. I think it's either an HIA or else it's blood. And in has come Impilo Gamedi, which I'm not happy about. How about coming to the Lions, Impilo? Like, you think your career's going well at Bulls? Well, mate. Come to the Lions and we'll not pay you and you can eat hot dogs. I mean, how can you say no to such an offer? And that is absolutely dreadful. Marius Lowe has gone completely isolated. Johan Krobel has gone, thank you very much. And you can see the penalty. Every single time we've been in a decent attacking position, we lost the ball really, really poorly, whether it's a knock-on, whether it's being isolated. And we just cannot build a bit of attacking momentum at the moment. Neither team can, really. Jeff saying, have to be in the scrum or close to the scrum to be a true captain, is the engine of the team. Yeah, look, I mean, I do think that, in fact, it's Adolf van der Merwe, so it's Marius Lowe who's guilty of not cleaning out Jan Schrobler. Yeah, look, I think Caden Moody will obviously settle, I think he'll settle at outside centre, but I just don't really see him as captain. Even if he was playing close to the scrum in inverted commas, I don't think he'd be a captain option. Same as Damien Willemse. I don't really see Damien Willemse as a captain. I see him as the best player in the world, but I don't see him as captain. There's Mpilo Gamedi, his first carry of the day. Bulls are going to try and work their way down the left-hand side. Cameron Hanekom hits well in the tackle. Now around Ludwig. Seeing half a gap there. Couple of phases here for the Bulls. Van der Valk goes to Steven Gans. Steven Gans goes to the boot. That's a good kick. It's bounced straight over Nahamba. It's going to touch just inside the 22. So future Springbok captains, who do we think are in the running? Who do we see as a future Bok captain? Well, everybody's sort of rating the Pepsi Buthelezi as a future Bok captain. He kind of needs to get into the box up first, I suppose. And then, you know, could he potentially be one? Ruan Nokia potentially could be a future Bok captain if he can get himself into that setup and more permanently. Sam Murat, somebody who's been touted as a potential Bok captain, obviously captain the junior levels. Who else have we got out there? It's a big tackle on Etienne Oosthuizen, and the ball's coming loose, actually. Moore van den Berg. Look for the pass, then opted to decide to go himself. Not sure it's the right decision, really. In fact, it's a dreadful decision, and we've conceded a penalty. So stupid. Just give the ball away, clear it, man. I mean, for somebody playing so bloody well. I mean, a penalty inside the 22. Bull's going to take the 3 points here, and Bull on the lead. That's just silly. Silly. Potential Spring. No, they're going to go to the line here, the Bulls. They're going to go for the full Monte. Future Bok captains here. What are we saying here, people? I think that I think Franco Horn. I see Franco Horn being the captain of the Lions pretty soon. I'd like to see him being the captain of the Lions, and I think he'll play for the Boks eventually as well. It's a good-looking line as well. They go to Ruan Nokia. Stephen Kitsock is not that old. He could captain the Boks in the next couple of years. But that scrum is also the Moors completely sort of disintegrated. So Lions have done well to, and I think the ball's come loose and they turn it over. Oh, thank goodness, we're holding on here. We're holding on here. And Moore van den Berg, Snella Hambo is going to hack that away, and eventually it does find touch. It was in the air for a very long time. It's actually a very good touch finder in the end. And Carmen reckons Albert Lowe. Yeah, not the worst shot. I'm not entirely convinced, but not the worst shot. Liebach captain anyone? Yeah, well, I think my gut says I think it'll be a forward most of the time. Liebach's more the general. The general. What a player though. So yeah, those are kind of my options. I'm trying to think of who I'm forgetting. If I'm forgetting anybody. I'm trying to think of like just who's captaining in and around the country at the moment. I mean, Kanye Am's not particularly old, but again, don't think they'll really go that route. Some running repairs to the field. A couple of guys for the groundsmen are out there repairing the divots. A bit like a golf course. Yeah, and Kobel on the front foot. Bulls outside the 22. 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Lions once again defending in the red zone. Nice big tackle there from Asnath and Klabakanyo, Markov and Staden. Now prepare, goes to Cameron Honeycomb. I'll tell you what, Franco Horn has burgled that brilliantly. No, Etienne, just take contact. Thank you. Thank you. Just take contact. Well done. Well, the Lions have turned the ball over really well. That's a really good work from Franco Horn. Now all the way back to Nahamba. Gets in front of Kieran Horn and he wants to go to the boot. Yeah, it's a decent clearance as well. So Lions hanging on at the moment. Very much hanging on. Right, decent line there from the Bulls. Once again, have start from deep, just inside the Lions half. Now a bit of a momentum from the Rolling Maul. First time we've really seen the Rolling Maul gain a bit of momentum. The Lions will do well to stop this now. It eventually does go down. Ball available though. Prepare does use it, goes to Creel. Creel's first real sort of carry of the day. Opposite number, David Creel. Morris Lowe makes the tackle. Ball available from Bruce Pierre. Goes to Markov and Staden. Not much of a run up and it gets hit hard in the tackle. So it's good work from the Lions. They're trying to hold him up and just buy a bit of time as the Lions defense starts to align. Now Renard Ludwig. Krobbelar. Sergio going nice and low. Now coming involved, looking for options, decides to come back the other way. Steps inside, but is well read by Ruan Fenter. Prepare now goes to Kerstina. Not too much structure so far in attack from the Bulls. Now for Staden, that's a bit better. But he's left the ball behind. Turnover ball now. I think it was a double knock on there. So it'll be a Lions scrum. Lions holding on. Holding on. And as long as you can hold on, if you can just hold on to half the time, I'll take it, to be honest. Danny's saying, true, will have to be a forward. Liebach's going to be some player by 2027. Yeah, I hope so. Danny's saying, Khaleesi probably has 2 more years left, and then 2027 will be a stretch given his position and past injuries. So in an interview, he said he'd like to play for another 5 years, but he did acknowledge, he said that his body allows him to. But I don't know if he'll be playing for Springboks for the next 5 years. He's got a 3-year contract at Racing. Graham says, Horn has an awesome rugby brain. Well, both of them do, actually. I think Ewan and Franco. But yeah, Franco as a forward is, for me, so gifted. So gifted. And, you know, he's fast and mobile around the park. But I think people underestimate how physical he actually is. You know, just because he doesn't look for contact doesn't mean he's not a physical player. Maybe I should try out a new captain this year. Well, I think he'll start to sort of integrate a bit of a new leadership group. So I think a couple of players will start to be sort of form part of that in sort of the next sort of cycle. Very interesting. I think somebody like Asnath and Klabakanya's captain at a couple of levels over here, and I think he could be a buck for many years ahead. So maybe he becomes into the conversation. A tight head as a captain, eh? And on point there, Root says, you reckon Asnath and Klabakanyo will be a Springbok this year? Please, I rate him so highly. I think he could play box tomorrow. If Frans Malherbe has an injury, I don't think you can look much past a Frans Malherbe placement than an Asnath and Klabakanyo. Also, good rugby brain, gets around the park, great scrummager, absolute mammoth of a man. Good scrum there from the Lions. Franco Horn goes to snare Nahamba. Nahamba once again goes to the boot. And Devin Williams catches it on the run in the middle of the park. Got a couple of options. Wants to run it himself as Devin Williams. Shows and goes. Is brought down by Kieran Horn. Good tackle from him. Just less than a minute left in the first half here. Renard Ludwig. Falls on the halfway line. Looking to carve up a one-on-one opportunity. Penalty advantage here for them. I think for offside. Kurt Lawrence. High tackle is the call. Not sure who it is on. is against. They go back. All right, it'd be interesting to see. Right, so it's on the high fault. So for me, the obvious thing for the Bulls would be to take the 3 points. They've got 30 seconds left. It's on the halfway line. Should definitely be in Jaco van der Wald's range. Just before half time, they've tried going for the corner. I don't see why they wouldn't take the 3 points. As a Lions fan, I wouldn't mind seeing them take the 3 points. Go in, 5 points behind? Yeah, he has also the kicking tee. So they are going to try and finish the half on some points of momentum. I don't think the Lions will mind that. That's said, the main thing for me for the Lions is to stay in this game for as long as possible. The longer the game goes and the more and you're still in it, the more likely it becomes for us to be able to snatch a victory. Although to be honest, I think if it actually just played a bit more, I think we could actually have gone in ahead. We definitely should have been ahead at the moment. It was 8 points to 6. We were behind by 2 points. So Nahamba's kick is a frustrating one. It'll be very nice if Jaco van der Wald could do us a favor here and just slide us to the left or right of a pole. The siren has go, so if this does go out of touch, this will be the final act of the first half. First half of 4 where we've got to cover. Because you've also got a match after this. Right, lots of chase there. He's given it horns. He's got plenty of distance, but he has missed it. So it'll be a 2-point game at half time. Very, very interesting. Bulls leaving 5 points out there. Lions leaving 3. And at half time, we have got the Lions with 3, the Bulls with 5, and very much got a game on our hands. People, will see you after the break. Don't go anywhere. Smash a like on the video, by the way. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we'll see you after a very quick break.
Hello and welcome. My name is Reese, and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, Bitdefender. Forever Sports is proudly supported by Bitdefender, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get Bitdefender. With Bitdefender's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hello everyone and welcome to Forever Sports. As one of the leading channels in the world providing free coverage of all of your favourite sports, we are asking for your support. Everything that we create at Forever Sports is available for free and always will be. To help us continue delivering high quality content, as well as expanding our coverage, we are asking you to consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. As part of the Forever Sports Members Club, you will gain access to select perks, such as exclusive stickers and emojis to use during our watch-alongs and live streams. You will also gain early access to premium content, as well as have your name listed on the channel under channel members. We strive to deliver quality content that is unmatched by other channels, and are always looking to take things up another level. And our members give us the chance to do this. It is thanks to our members and other support that we get from our fans that we are able to deliver campaigns such as the France 2023 on the ground coverage. So if you would like to continue supporting the channel and the free coverage that it provides, be sure to check the link in the description to become a channel member now.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, Bitdefender. Forever Sports is proudly supported by Bitdefender, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get Bitdefender. With Bitdefender's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started. Hello and welcome, my name is Reese and today I'm going to be speaking to you about one of our channel partners, Bitdefender. Forever Sports is proudly supported by Bitdefender, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Stay safe with the most consistently top-rated antivirus of the last 10 years and counting. To protect yourself from cyber attacks, protect your browsing and personal information, and so much more, get Bitdefender. With Bitdefender's premium VPN, digital privacy and freedom is as easy as flicking on a light switch. Bank, stream, and download without exposing a single byte of personal information. Unblock your favorite streaming sites and get access to content that you want to watch on up to 10 devices today. Effective, invisible, and amazingly affordable. Use the link in the description to get started.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I...
Right, and we are back. Hello and welcome back to Forever Rugby. Let me just sort that out very quickly. There we go. And very close game. 3 points to 5. I said nothing will be close. Lions should actually be leading at that, managed to grab that 3-pointer. Having said that, Jakob Volt did in fact miss a penalty right on the brink of half time. So it remains a 2-point game. Bulls the only try of the match so far. And the Lions need to... I'll be interested to see what they do. They seem to be playing a bit of a tactical kicking game at the moment. And I think at the moment, in the second half, we'll start to see them play with a little bit more ball in hand. I'm spitballing here, but I reckon there was a certain amount of, let's try and take this game quite deep, stay in it, for example, and then let's try and play. Because they haven't really shown their hand so far. You know, we haven't seen them run the ball too much. We haven't seen them go to attacking set piece, for example. So... It's been a very, very interesting tactical display so far from the Lions. Bulls have been a bit more sort of what you expect from them. They have looked to keep ball in hand when they've been in the attacking sort of areas. They've gone towards the corner, look to try and work off the set piece. The Lions have very much had to survive basically for that last 15 minutes. So I'll be interested to sort of see how things go in this half over here. But hopefully the Lions will be able to sort of to bring a bit more on the attack. But first things first, Morning Van den Berg needs to find a good exit here from the kickoff. And I think he has done just that. Finds touch towards about the 10-meter line there. So, not his best clearance, but we'll take it. We'll take it. This doesn't look good, though. North Knuckles gone down. He looks in a lot of pain. Not quite sure from where it is. He's only just come back from injury recently, so it'll be really, really frustrating if this is him with another one. Darren Landsberg is up and being readied, which hopefully could sort out some of the line-out issues. Darren Landsberg is a very, very good line operator. But what do we think of the second half, people? Or where do we see this game going? That's what I want to know from you guys. Is there a clear favorite at the moment? Do you back the Lions to be able to get the job done? Are you going with the Bulls? Where are you at? Where are you at? Right, Bulls line goes to Ruan Nokia. Good work from him. Bulls more being very, very stagnant at the moment. Lions have defended it pretty well. Now starting a bit of forward momentum, but Etienne Oosthuizen's working his way through the middle. Almost managed to get hands on, so BOYLESPORTS does use it. Creel goes, and it's been knocked down by Marco van Staden. That's really poor from the number 6, and it goes back to Nahamba, who fires it to the right-hand side to Morty van den Berg, who goes towards the boot. I tell you what, that is a tremendous, tremendous kick from Morty van den Berg. He's put the Bulls all the way back inside their own half. I mean, it was right up against touchline. It was a bit of a banana kick type thing. I mean, he's put them on back on their 10-meter line. That is sensational for Morty van den Berg. And you can just see the Bulls try to sort of create that physical match with Van Staden down the midfield, but knocking it on. So Bulls all the way back inside their own half. Here is Marco van Staden. Better carry from him, but a solid tackle from Marius Hanu Sergio, in fact. BOYLESPORTS goes back to Jakob van der Walt. He's in the pocket. He goes to the boot. Eda van der Merwe there. And it becomes off of Moody. Goes back towards Stefan Kans, who's caught on the ball. And BOYLESPORTS, ball goes to Jakob van der Walt. He's a little bit isolated. And support does arrive in the form of Kane and Moody. Now it goes back to Jan Krobelaar. Lions defense up nice and quickly, though. Not too much momentum here, so expect to see BOYLESPORTS go to the boot or going back to somebody in the pocket. He is shaping up for the box kick here. Now he wants a blocker. So Peter Gamedi, by the way, stayed on. So I don't know if Albert Lowe has failed in the HO where it was actually a tactical sub. That's a great take from Richard Creel, though. Inside ball. Marius Lowe can't hold on. Knock on advantage and nearly a scrum for the Bulls. That's annoying. What a take that was from Richard Creel. And getting the inside ball. Wasn't the best of passes to Marius Lowe. It was a really nice idea, though. Inside ball and just Marius Lowe not able to gather. Seven handing goes from the Bulls, 4 from the Lions. On us up some J-Tots. Win last, eh? What a treat. I'm like a kid again. The Bulls' last 5 fixtures in the URC have all gone with home field advantage. Interesting. Very interesting. So if this were to continue that, it would be a Lions win. Right. Scrum on the halfway line, just inside Bulls territory if you're going to be very specific. And earlier Luke was saying, who did you got in a foot race between Reece Samet, Henry Randall, Chesney Colby, and Will Jordan? I think I struggled to look past Reece Samet. He's absolutely rapid. Rapid. Look, I mean, Quacker Smith beats them both, but, you know, people beats all 4, but I think probably Reece Samet. What do you guys reckon? Who you got in that foot race? It's a nice matchup, actually. I'll pay to see that. Little wraparound here. I was saying my Khan's taken out Richard Creel and Kane Moody. Yeah, I think he gets the penalty as well. Very complicated Bulls move there, which saw Stefan Khan's ploughing over, I think it was Marius Lowe, in fact. So it's a silly penalty for obstruction conceded by the Bulls. But that's an interesting chat. You can see the wraparound here from Moody, and Stefan Khan's run straight into Richard Creel, which prevents him from getting anywhere near Kane Moody. So just the timing completely wrong there. And so then the Hammer's now going to kick this towards the touch, or he's going to have a shot at goal here, potentially. He doesn't have a shot at goal. Get to try and regain that lead. But yeah, so Will Jordan, Chesney Colby, Henry Randall, Reece Samet. Who's winning in the foot race? My money's on Reece Samet. I think he's flipping quick. Very, very upset that he's decided to go and try and his hand at NFL. Look, I think it's cool. But We're going to miss him. Well, distance won't be an issue. Has he got the direction? That's off the upright. It's off the... I'll tell you what, it's bouncing and it's almost into the hands of a Lions player. It is benched into the hands of a Lions player. Henry Sergio gets to Moy Vandenberg. Pops it up to JP Smith. JP Smith back on the angle. Lions down the front foot inside the 22. This might work out really well. I think there's a penalty or a knock-on at least for the Lions. A scrum inside 22. Well, we'll take that, I guess. Right, so off the upright from Zanay Nahamba, but this might work out. Might just work out. Right, come on, what can we conjure up here, lad? Surely. Right, Akpan has come onto the park. Former Lions hooker. Come on, big scrum, boys. Big scrum. This is an opportunity. First try, second half will be really nice way to start things. And Jan Goosen onto the park as well. So I wouldn't say the Bulls are panicking, but they've definitely brought on the big guns. Right, so in general, more Bulls supporters and Lions fans. I'm then going to ask who is going to win the match. Who will win the match? Lions or Bulls? We get that in quickly before the scrum gets going. Still a very close affair over at Ellis Park. Bulls. Take out second B there. Right, there we go. There's your poll. Go and vote. Who have you got? Who do you reckon is taking the honours? So free kick there for the Lions. Tell you what, I wouldn't mind a tap and go yet. Just put S19 in Club cutting in a half gap. Just a little jig over there, little goosey maybe. Thoughts on Henk van Wyk? Springbok legend in the making. I mean, legend's a big shout, but he will be a Springbok. I have no doubt about that. And what's really frustrating about today is we haven't seen him. You know, I want to see the buggers. I want to see Edel van der Merwe get some ball. Though he is standing, Edel van der Merwe is standing right behind the scrum. That excites me. That really excites me. He's standing next to Zanay Nahamba right behind the scrum. Henk van Wyk looks like he's quite far towards the right-hand side. So he's sort of lurking on that touchline along with Richard Creel. Pops it up to Moy Vandenberg. Pops to Nahamba. Nahamba ball at the top to Richard Creel. Into the corner. Come on. Let's go. There we go. Exactly what we needed. I said it looked like we had something shaping up, and what a try it is. And Richard Creel, the former Bulls man. What do you mean you have a look here? What are you having a look at? I think I'm looking at a pass here. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. So they want to look at the pass. I think they want to look at the pass here from Nahamba. I think it's probably okay. Right, that's fine. Now this pass here from Nahamba. Yeah. Oh, it comes off of Henk van Wyk's shoulder. This is probably going to be a knock on, you know. That's so annoying. Yeah, it's come on the shoulder of Henkelman Bake. That is so frustrating. And I think knowing the Humber's distribution as well, that probably would have gone straight into the breadbasket of Rich Creel, would have gone over anyway. Ball travels forward out of the player's hand, I think, is a wild call. To say it traveled forward out of the player's hand, I think that's a wild shot. No, I'm sorry. That ball did not travel forward out of Nahamba's hand. He's bulleted it towards the right-hand side. If you want to say it comes off of Henkelman and Bacon forward, fine. But forward out the hands, no chance. No chance. If that didn't hit Henkelman and Bake, it would have flown backwards probably towards Richard Creel. Zero chance that was forward out the hands. I'll very much agree. I'll disagree with that assessment. So frustrating. A penalty advantage here. That would have been such a big moment in the game. Right, and now off the hammer towards the right-hand side. Knock on advantage. The Bulls on the front foot here. Bulls inside the 22 now. And penalty. To go from being basically over the try line to now being right at the back is so frustrating. So Bulls going to the corner, Lions in the back foot now. So annoying. If it's called that try, I feel like we could have been the momentum shift we needed. You might have to open a beer after this. If we lose this game, straight into the brandy. Right, Morgan O'Dea's come on, by the way, for JP Smith, who has struggled a little bit at scrum time, so I'm not surprised at that change. PJ Buerta on as well for Jakub Asaki, and Conrad from Fury on for Asnat and Clavicania. Not sure I would have made that sub. Bulls trying to get it up in the front foot, and they are on the front foot, and it's going to be a try. It's going to be a try. Fan-freaking-tastic. From being over in one end to conceding the other end, and it has to be Akaf and Nemurva. You're still not going to play for the box, dude. Just by the way. Just letting you know. And that is me being sour. I mean, I cannot believe that a franchise as desperate for a hooker as the Lions allow Akaf and Nemurva to go to the Bulls. That's just so ludicrous. I mean, it sucks that the Bulls only had to make do with Jan Hedrick Vessel and freaking Jan Krobela. Maybe we can get one of them. Let's get Malcolm Marks. That'll make me feel better about life. Right, Jalen Hurst, his first kick of the match. And that is going to go down the right-hand side. So the Bulls are actually 0 from 3 off the tee. So not had the kicking boots on today, kind of keeping the Lions in the game. So if you can kind of like make that, kind of capitalize on that, that'd be fantastic. Because all the Lions have left out 6 points, to be fair. So yeah, 1 from 3 versus 0 from 3. Yeah, I don't know if it's windy or something. Not usually particularly difficult kicking conditions when it comes to being at Ellis Park, but hey, apparently so. Right, the restart once again down the middle. Morley van den Berg has come away with it. The ball's been knocked on, I think, from Morley van den Berg. I think it's a knock-on advantage. Oh, there was a backwards from the Bulls, actually. Penalty from what? I mean, she said not rolling away. I mean, that ruck must have been about half a second in. It's a pretty quick decision, that AJ. I mean, Franco is not actually in the ruck. That is a wild call, actually. That actually pisses me off. He's not even in the ruck. He's on the side of it. He's playing no part in that ruck whatsoever. No, I think that's a hell of a harsh call. To say too slow. He wasn't even in the ruck. Ever. And that's been knocked on from Gamedi, so the Lions will continue to survive, but that is a wild call. To say that he's not running away when he wasn't even next to the ruck, that's you can see why Franco Horn was getting upset. He was like, what do you mean? I'm not even like involved. Yep, unfortunately, AJ, I'm not with you in that on that call. We're in for the vault. Say, Steve, are you a Lion? Yes. I was a former Lions season ticket holder. That's how much of a Lions I am. Carly said the poll asked who will win. It didn't ask who are you supporting. The first poll asked who you're supporting. And that's the one that's finished. Now it's asking who will win the match. So you can see a couple of messages up there. Who are you supporting? Lions 58, Lions 41. No, I'm very happy for you to ask. I'm just telling you, I am indeed a Lions supporter. In case you haven't been able to notice. Penalty at the scrum time. Come on, the lads! Who would have thought that a B team front row comes on and wins a penalty? Love your work there. Always back the shot to put on Conrad van Vuren. Come on, boys. Convert a try and we're back in this game. Right, PJ Buerta. Darren Landsberg is on. I think he's no. Estienne is still. Yeah, okay, I'm about to say. I was asking if he's on. He is now officially on, and that'll show up our lineups hopefully. And they go to the back, and it's going to back to JC Pretorius, by the way, is on. So the Lions have rolled the dice a little bit, yeah? They brought in everybody bar, I think, Eisen Esterhazen in the pack. It is a 6-2 split, so bringing on 5 of the 6 so far. Let's see what they can offer. Marius Lowe being caught on the ball, scrambling around, managing to place well. Morgan O'Dear helps to scrum half. Yeah, the bus says no release there. Thank you very much. Quickly taken over Morley van den Berg. He's got Marius Lowe for company. Marius Lowe's overrun him, though. Good work just outside 22. JC Pretorius helps out scrum off. Good take that from Ruan Fenter through half a gap. Just outside 22 of the Lions. Need a scrum off here, lads. Need a scrum off here, lads. Need a scrum off here, lads. Use the ball now. It's been turned over. Come on, man. You just wake up a little bit. I mean, you've got one guy standing over the ball. Everybody just look at him going, oh, Laka, dude, well done. You know, we back you. Just dip and support the ball carrier. It's not hard. It's like rugby basics. And conceding a penalty just to make it even worse. At least if you concede the turnover, they have to clear it, and we've got the line out. Now it's penalty. Jan Goosen's going to clear, and they're going to have the bloody line out. So we could have had a line on the halfway. Said they got a line out just past 10 meter. It's these kind of mistakes that we saw at the beginning of the season that are not creeping back into the game. This is an interesting call, though. So, Morten Vandenberg is leaving the park, which is a big call. So I thought he was having a brilliant game. Sinan Nahamba is now going to move to 9, and Jordan Hendrickse is on the park, and he will operate at 10. So, most of the bench is on now, by the way. The only player not on so far is Adam Esterhazen, as well as Eric Cornier. So, a lot of the bench being played for both teams, actually. So, it's now about the battle of the benches, isn't it? And speaking of the benches, JC Pretorius on the park, and he's going to look to try and get over the ball a couple of times. Like that. Like, ooh, almost. Yeah, you keep lurking, JC. You keep... Penalty for what? AJ, you got one arm working this half, Chief. Marcel Gutsia on for the Bulls. Must be tough to be able to bring on Marcel Gutsia and Peter Gamedi off the bench. Creel bouncing off the tackle, making a yard or 2. Ruben Nokia, still penalty advantage for the Bulls. Jan Goosen goes Steman Gans. Kutsia and JC Pretorius is over that ball. Oh, he's an Omar living, AJ. He wasn't even part of the tackle. He's actually allowed to contest for the ball. Go chat to him, Marius. Take a rule book and go chat to him. Yeah, I know. So they got a penalty here. They'll take the 3 points here. It's about seeing the game out now for the Bulls. So you can see Morris wants to have a chat with AJ. Yeah, go have a chat. Go over around him. Go flag a few things. Flags are up, and Jan Goosen adds his first points of the game. 13 points, 3. Now 10-point margin. The Lions need to find a way back into this game. 20 minutes to go. Having a water break here at the moment. Right, Lions got to score next. Even if it's a penalty, just got to find some ways to score some points here. Right, come on, lads. Water break. Let's chill things down a little bit. Let's go back to basics. I mean, interesting to bring up Kane Moody's stats. He hasn't done much today. As far as his games go, not been one of his best. Not been bad, but he made a couple of mistakes. It's been pretty average. It's probably the right way of describing it. Jace Pretorius, though, hopefully a bit of a differentiator now. Need to get him over the ball. He didn't really contest the breakdown in the first half at all, so we'll definitely contest it now with Jace Pretorius on. Once again down the middle, but this time a bit further. Kane Moody with ball in hand. And half a flipping Bulls pack goes into that ruck to get the ball out. And Bruce Pierre goes back to Jan Goosen. You can't go touch on the full because it is outside the 22. Right, Jordan Hensley, his first touch. What can he conjure up? He lifts his high in the air. Kieran Horns are giving chase. And Goosen, but in fact, I think it's actually been stolen from Horn. And it falls back the way of the Bulls. I think there might have been a hand in there, you know. Front them over, though. So the Bulls with ball in hand. Bruce Pierre lifts it high in the air. Jordan Hendrickson, bit of time. What's he going to be able to do? Hands off Malcolm and Start, and it's still going, Jordan Hendrickson. That's a nice carry from him. Out towards the halfway line. Now, Landsberg, Morris Lowe, flat. It's a great take from Rad Northnachel. No, he's had one go. He can't even put his hands back in there. Oh, for F's sakes, man. That's a big tackle, thankfully. AJ Dick, you wake up, man. Yes, his penalty comes, but really, he had a go and missed it. You can't have another go. It's the same as ball, hands beyond the ball. What a tackle this is, though, from Henk and back. He's a hammer, Stedman Khans. Bang. Down you go. Yep, nice to see. Good to see. Yes, and they're playing this on repeat. It was a big tackle there from Henk and back. We need to give it ball in hand, though, people. What's the point of having one of the best prospects at 13 in the world? You're not going to give him the ball. Jordan Hensley's got a huge boot. We'll put Lions into the 22. As I said, he's got a massive boot. There's nothing else Jordan Hensley has. That boot of his is very, very large. Right, Morris Lowe is off, and I think that'll mean Eric Cornelius on. So it'll be interesting. That's an interesting change. I suppose Eric Cornelius will come into inside center. Go Darren Landsberg in the front of the line. Looks like a pretty good running more from the Lions as well. Got a bit of a run on it. If we've actually gone down, ball available, made some meters. Up quickly with Marco van Staden. I'll tell you what, I'm not convinced that Bulls player was onside. But anyway, Gerrit has been brought down by Henk van Beek. I mean, the Lions trying to get the ball out. All of a sudden, the Bulls player's got his hands on the ball. I'm not entirely sure how that happens. Love to go see a replay of that because it just didn't make sense. Ball was at the back of the rack about to be used. Next thing you know, Gerrit comes running through with it. Now Nahamba's going to chip and chase himself. It's gone a little bit too far. Jan Goosen's got a bit of time. Jan Goosen looks to run it though. And Nahamba will make the tackle. Goes to Ruan Nokia. Goes back to... is that Francois Kloppers has come onto the park? Good work there from Henderson in the air. The Lions all the way back inside 22. 15 minutes, lads. Try and find 11 points. Well, 13 points or, 15 points or whatever. You can't physically get to. actually, you can, I suppose. Can get to 11 points. So a penalty, unconverted try, and 2 penalties gets you there. Yeah, Henk van Beek lining up Jan Goosen and kick through. What? What? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, that is so good. I think it was Ruan Fenders absolutely hammered Jan Goosen to the point where he's lost the ball, been kicked ahead. And just in front of the kicker there from Ruan Fenders. That's so silly. Trying to look at the penalty card in this flipping half. But you can see the penalties like the last 10 minutes, for example. You know how they sometimes show on the TV? It'd be nice to actually go and find those sort of stats. But they're difficult to find. Right, 14 minutes left. Akvanamurva goes to Ruan Nokia. They use it. Goes back to Akvanamurva. He's going to only run this far too upright from a couple of the Lions defenders there. But Jace Victoria is back on it. Ruan Nokia now. Back down the right-hand side go the Bulls. Mark Verstappen wants to go back himself. It's Pierre Matanzima. Well, the Bulls have freaking scored. Tell you what, AJ Jacobs, I think, actually blew the whistle before he was even over. I'd actually love to look at that in real time. Well, it's a nice idea, chaps. Can't make stupid mistakes like you've been doing all freaking half. We should have actually been in this game. This really, really pisses me off, actually. But look at this. I want to see this. It's actually a really good angle because I reckon AJ Jacobs is blowing the whistle here before Moscow has even got the ball down. Yo, must have been within a fraction of a second here. Poor defense, poor defense, poor defense. And the bench was supposed to work is actually... And this is the problem, isn't it? Is that you look at the difference of the benches and the Bulls are bringing on Marcel Coetzee, Johan Goosen, Akka van der Merwe. The Lions are bringing on, no offense, an Eisen Esterhazen, a Darren Landsberg. JC Victoria is an exciting player, but, compared to Marcel Coetzee, Jordan Hendrickson has not been in particularly great form this season so far. So this is the difference, isn't it? We're seeing a difference in depth at the end of the day. And they're running the clock down on the Bulls. Shows you how nervous they are of this game. Yeah, you see. Running the clock down. I mean, you're going to have a flipping 17-point advantage. If you can't hold on to a 17-point advantage, chaps. I mean, if I'm a Bulls fan, I'm sitting there saying, well, we need 1 more point for the bonus point. Why would you be running down the clock? It's actually pretty stupid, to be honest. 1 point away from the bonus point with 12 minutes to go, and Jan Goosen's letting the clock run down. Interesting. Interesting. So we went from a disallowed try to being blown away. Lovely. Lovely, lads. Bit of a messy line there. Marcel Coetzee throws a bit of a weird pass to Jan Goosen, who eventually goes to the boot. And that's been... That's it. I think it didn't go out. So Jordan Hendrickson. He's going to go himself. Gets the offload away to Evan van der Merwe. Evan van der Merwe needs to come inside. Manages to stay inside quite well. We're on Fenter. It's a nice carry from him. Hamber flies to Hendrickson. Hendrickson goes to Morgan Nordia. In fact, it's Combat from Fury trying to inject a bit of pace into the game. Like to see it. Hamber. I was about to say, referee just not making a decision at the moment. Nahamba, to Hendrickson, to Kieran Horn. Not sure what sort of... We've got an advantage. I don't know if it's a knock-on or if it's a penalty advantage. I think it's just a knock-on advantage. No, it is a penalty advantage. If nothing else, chaps, got to get a bonus point here. Think of Van der Beek. I think that's his first time with ball in hand, by the way. No advantage, go back for the penalty. Go to the corner. Let's get back within 7 here, lads. Come on. Do 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 do. Usually get to see the Sharks lose in the next game. Just go ahead and piss off some Shark supporters later. Right, 10 minutes left, and we've got just shy of 20 minutes until the Sharks versus Stormers game. You know, nice quick turnaround. Cheers, Oaks. Could possibly have the game starting at 5:15, so we've actually got time to get our life in order, but no. They already hate Steve, apparently, so I'm going to try and whack out a review and get myself sorted. But we will be live for that game. Don't you stress. We'll be live for that game. Big scrum, not much happening here. So now Humber pass to the left-hand side to Kieran Horn. Chips over the top. And Marius, I'll tell you what, I think Kieran Horn might actually be over here. We're going to have a check, but he actually might have scored. Right, big moment here. Very, very big moment in the game. This could be a way back in for the Lions. Could not be. All right, let's see over here. Bounces. I think Devin Williams misses it here. I think that's the big thing. Yeah, he knocks it backwards, and then Kieran Horn's over. So this will be a try. Too much, too late, too little? Probably. Or too little, too late is probably the right way of doing that, Steve. But a little bit of hope. A little bit of hope. The bonus point could still be on here. The try is awarded eventually. And Kieran Horn grabs another try to his name. Been very good this season. Such a good player is Kieran Horn. But this is probably a little bit too late. But another try. At least we get ourselves into bonus point territory. Right, 10 points in it with less than 10 minutes to go. So just too much, I think, to do. Right, what are we saying over here? So Danny says Bulls got quite lucky, to be honest. Rian says Sharks can take the L. Yeah, I reckon probably. Danny reckons Sharks will beat the Stormers. Hopefully a try again should be closer than what it is. And well, 8 minutes to go. Lions want to score a try off the bat here. That will be quite lacquer. Ah, that's Eisen Estes who's on. That's a nice little carry from him. I actually quite like Eisen Estes. And as much as I said, you know, it is just a bit of a difference in the quality that you can bring on between the two teams. But I think he looks like a nice talent. But that's the problem with Lions players. You're talking about talents with Bulls players looking at world class. Oh, I'll tell you what. It's a brilliant kick there from Jordan Hendricks. So Hurston's managed to keep it in. And he's going back to Jordan Hendricks. So he's going to have a bit more time here. And he's going to put it right up against the touchline once again. Hurston's going to Eric Cornier. And then Devin Williams shifts over the top. Richard Creel will rein that in. He's got a left boot as Richard Creel. Turns the favour down towards Kirkley Orange. So Kirkley Orange, I think he's going to run this. He'd be very surprised if he kicks this. He goes around the side, and he runs into Eisen Estesen. Gets away to Embarrass Pierre. Embarrass Pierre's looking for options. Hiccup and Bake's having to get move towards the side to Akvan and Merva. Now goes to David Creel. David Creel chips over the top. There's nobody home. If he scored this is absolutely ridiculous defending from JC Pretorius. This could be ridiculous. If he scored this, I might just log off and we'll call it there. It's been awarded. You're not even gonna have a look at it. Oh, great. Fan-friggin-tastic. How, guys? How? He's always there. He's always there. He's always... Oh, my living. Where's the call? Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Bounce to the rugby ball. That is diabolical. Absolutely diabolical, unfortunately. Ah, time off. Oh, AJ, have you seen something now, Chief? Ah, we've seen something. We're going to go have a check. What have we seen? No, she doesn't even have it. Separation. Thank you. We can rule it out. Never mind. Clear separation. We can rule it out. I think it's separation. I think if you look at the other angle, I think there's separation between ball and arm. We saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I thought that there was zero separation, and they managed to find the smallest bit of separation. So, based on that, I think it's going to be a knock-on. What? Yeah. Yeah. That first angle, for me, shows he doesn't have the... And they were separate. Okay, well... Separation is apparently quite a subjective thing. Not that it's going to make a difference in the scheme of the game, but really. Goosen has hooked up. The kicking today has been shocking, by the way. Absolutely shocking. I still think it's separation, yeah. Now we're going to see it slightly slowed down, but not... Yeah, I think it's separation. I think if you generally slow that down, it's their separation. He has the ball, he clearly loses, and then he lands on it. It's slight, but the rule is if there's separation, it's a knock-on. And for me, there was separation. Not that everybody's asking me. Rian says, out of all the Sharks games, they only have 2 wins. Incorrect. They only have 1 win. How bad is that? Got 1 win after 9. Kurt last chip at the top, Snare Humber. It's Jordan Hendrickson. Hendrickson, long pass out towards... Oh, jeez, Louise. Just pack up, boys. Pack up and go home. Get the beers open. You know, we'll try again next week. If you play like this, then we deserve not to make any Champions Cup rugby or anything like that. I mean, I literally about to say, you know what, Infinite, just go on a bit of a run. You know, you go do you. What does he do? He's like, nah, and just knocks it on. Sigh. I cannot believe how this game has just switched after us being over, having a try ruled out, and then just imploding. That's mental. From being in, like, literally about to be in the lead and about to start capitalizing to literally just going, well, it was a nice run, and just imploding. That is absolutely mental to have gone like that. How annoying is that, And opportunistic tries as well, really. I mean, the Masters Conceal one was from a turnover all the way back to the 22. That David Creel one was just kicking and not keeping a good defensive line. Even the flipping Kane, the first one was running from the Bulls inside the Bulls' own territory. Look, that was all Ambrose Papier, who, by the way, is seriously good at the moment. Ambrose Papier has been the former scrum half in the country for a while. I don't want to be that person to say it, but he has been. Domestically, there's no scrum half in the country at the moment playing better than him. And I'll include Grant Williams and Jaden Hendrickson in that, just by the way. Very happy to include them in that. I'll throw out my controversial take. Right, so can we just wrap this up, people? I need to be live again in just over 10 minutes. We still have 2.5 minutes of this game. Let's keep this moving, people. We have got... is that a free kick or is it a penalty? I think it's a penalty just for good measure. Scrum again. Oh, goodness me. Oh, dear. Probably going to score another try just to really... you there's Bradley David. Just going to chip and chase himself because this is just, things couldn't get any worse. Thankfully, you're going to get back and get it. Now we've got bloody Bulls youngsters just coming out and just scoring their own try. They're just stat padding. They're stat padding at the moment. No, they don't, Rian. They've got one win. In the URC, they've got one win. No, they don't have 2 wins against Italian clubs. Guys, I'm looking at the table right now. They've got 1 win. They got beaten by Zebre. They've got 1 win this season. They've got 8 losses. In the URC, they played 9-1-1. In the URC, only 1 win. Good take that for Sanela Humber. Oh, go score, try. Go stat pad. Oh, look at the pace of Sanela Humber. And 0 support. There's Jordan Hendrickson. He's just said no, Moody. Are you deaf? How's this guy? Yeah, get in the bin, literally. They actually went up quite nicely. Yeah, sin bin. Yeah, that'll make a difference. Yeah, but that Oyonnax result is not in the URC. That's what I'm saying. So we're talking about, yeah. So if we're talking across all competitions, they've actually got 3 because they beat Power as well and Dragons. So it's different competitions. They've got 3 wins in the Challenge Cup. In the URC, they've got 1. So it's not 2 in any conversation. It's either the 1 in the URC or the 3 in the Challenge Cup. That Dragons result was a Challenge Cup game. And that was recently as well. Oh, they're only more, yeah? They're only more. Peter Porter! Go on, son! He's just short. Who wants a try? Darren Landsbergs. He's trying to actually recycle that, JJ. But he's not going to get over anyway. Sigh, sigh, sigh. Right, people, we'll see you in a few minutes for Sharks versus Stormers. Apparently it's Sharks Fest. I don't know what that even means. We'll find out in 9 minutes' time. We'll see you very, very shortly.